All right, in America, back gardens serve for rest and recreation. Welcome to House and Garden Flipper episode 83. Today we're actually not doing a, wow, we're not actually doing an American garden. Today what we're doing is a utility garden out in the back of the house in a thicket. Just having a quick look, you see. But my playback, it's not looking too great there, but we'll see how we go. Ah, there it is. Alrighty. Straight into the house with the thicket. We have 28,000 to play with, so hopefully I won't go over budget with the garden, but it might happen. We'll see how we go. Again, it's telling me the American garden is rather minimalistic. It has a pool and a barbecue setting and things like that, but like I said, we're going to give it a shot with the when it decides to load. Hello. Oh. Okay, it has loaded. So pretty much the interior of the house is now done. We have our hallway, we have our master bedroom, which the program is not noticing as a master bedroom, but the clients are noticing the furnishings, so that kind of fixes that. That was the children's room. Sorry, it's kind of got a small bed, the desk of drawers, chair and table, and toys. Our green room with its very green wallpaper, and the first bathroom. Kitchenette lounge room, which I'm pretty sure you've all seen there. And our third bedroom, so I probably skipped over one in the middle, is here. Third bedroom and ensuite. The TV actually goes quite well on the wall rather than on the coffee table, which enables you to have a little bit of extra space. Our third ensuite is here. I've just realised I've done the master bedroom without an ensuite, so that's going to be a bit exciting for them. And, oops. That could be embarrassing. Never mind, I'm sure they will love it anyway. Alright, I would say we need to get rid of the mole hills first up, but in actual fact, probably what we need to do is get rid of the grass and roll out some turf. Work out where we're going to put our gardens. Make sure we get all of the rubbish. And probably take down these trees. And we're going to have to do this garden in sections because the house is pretty big, but the garden is absolutely massive as well. So one of the things that you don't find in a utility garden are conifers. So we, as much as it pains me to do this, we will get rid of the conifers. If I was doing an American garden, we would keep them. And it would probably save us a small fortune. But we'll get rid of the conifers because they don't actually have too much of a place in a utility garden. And this is going to be a great utility garden. It's got plenty of space for everything. Although I might be really silly and mix my genres here. I might actually do a utility garden with a touch of American garden in it. So I might put in a pool space. We're going to have a children's playground because we're selling it to the Johnsons. And yeah, so we're selling a small fortune in conifers here. But that's okay. Now I can't sell these big things. I'm going to have to cut them down. So I think today what we'll do, I might actually just wander around and chop down all the trees. Okay, maybe not all the trees. I'm going to chop down these trees. And we might mow a bit of the lawn, just get a feel for the garden. So where's that whippersnipper gone? There we are. Alright, bushwhacker I think some people call it. Because you whack the bushes with it. Weed whacker. Okay. Alrighty. The mower's not real great for doing around trees and along fence lines, so I'm just going to run the weed whacker around to give ourselves a bit of a perimeter. This is a massive yard. Right, you'll notice on the mini-map there that I've got a line of dark green, even though I'm cutting in close to the hedge. So what's happening there is that there's a bunch of grass in under the hedge that will need to be dealt with. So we might just do that as well. And the only way to deal with it is a weed whacker, because you can't exactly mow your hedge. So let me just fix this space. Alright, so what we're going to do is just come in at an angle and work our way down the hedge and just get rid of pretty much all of that extra grass that we can't reach with a mower. Looks like I'll have to make a second pass actually. Okay, so let's just angle out a little bit more. See if we can't get the angle right. So if you notice in the mini map there, what we're getting is we're just getting rid of that dark green line under the hedge. So I don't know if they've introduced anything in the game where the perfection of your mowing matters, but if it did, this would be one of the things to check for. There we go. Okay. We might just grab out our mower and dump that down here. Oops. Let's try that again. Alright, we use the W. In this case, we're going to use the S keys. Make sure that left mouse button is pressed down, and away we go. We had some weeds there, they're no more. That's it. Alrighty. If we can drift our mower, that would be really good. There we go. Okay, that's done. We are going to have to come back along here shortly. Let's get out what we can. No, crazy lady with the mower. Who would have thought? This would also work for an English garden because you've got your deciduous trees. So if you wanted to save some time with tree chopping, you would maybe do an English garden. If you wanted to save some time with getting rid of the conifers, you would possibly do an American garden or even a modern garden using your low maintenance conifers. In my case, I've decided I want to do a utility garden because I haven't done one, and also this is a beautiful big space, so why not? Alright, it's not going to let me drift it, that's okay. So we'll just give it a quick mow, because that way we can actually see what we've got to deal with, or as quick a mow as we can, given that we can't mow certain areas. And then we'll just see what we've got to tidy up with a whippersnipper. You don't have to be an expert driver to get stuff done. Basically, usually I just whippersnip around everything. Today I'm doing it back to front. So we'll mow what we can and then tidy up with the whippersnipper, or the weed whacker, I think some of you call it. So yeah, get it all done. It'll be fine. It always looks so much better once the grass is down. It's just great. Alrighty, what have I got over here? Yep, a little bit more. Apologies to anyone who's got vertigo. Okay. It's a bit fiddly, but it's still quicker than the Weed Whacker on its own. Hey, how are you, Lyrics God? Good to see you. I love this game too. It's really awesome. Have you gone far through it? This is just such a great little game to play. I play it far too much. But, this is one of the houses that you get, I think, in the Garden Flipper DLC. So, and I have to admit, I haven't actually played it before and renovated it. So, so it's a bit of a first. The mowing takes a little bit of time when you first get in. Alrighty, looks like we're back to the Weed Whacker again. Time to get it, oops, time to get it running. I mean, I am going to chop these trees down, so it might have been a bit quicker if I'd just gone and chopped them. Oh, thank you. That's awesome. Don't know what to say. Thanks, Lyrics God. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Yeah. Wow, you threw me. So, yeah. So that's awesome. Thanks for the subscription. Okay. Wow. So I'm just basically, we finished the inside of the house and we managed to get the Johnson family up to the top. That was pretty hard to do. I'm trying to sell one house to each of the buyers before I finish playing through to the end. And so far, I've still got the real estate agent to go and the student. And there we go. Get that one down. And someone else. But if you've got someone that you'd like me to try and put a house together for to sell through, let me know and I'll give it a shot. I won't guarantee I'll get there because I sometimes botch up the insides, but yeah, we'll still try. We'll see if we can get them to the top. All right. I've missed the fence line. So all I'm doing is just looking for the patches of dark green in the mini-map to get it all done. Destruction with a whippersnipper. So yeah. Where am I from? I'm from Canberra. So it's summer here. Where are you from? Stateside or Europe or Australia? just going to get rid of this mole. I think I might have chased him out earlier, but we'll see. Last time he gave me a fright when I found him. Oh, we have gotten rid of the mole himself. All right. Not quite what I intended. We will not sledgehammer the trees today. Oh, missed a bit. And through here. There we go. Alright, so it looks like pretty much we've got all of the little grassy bits apart from the odd one or two. So what we're going to do is, yeah, try and work out exactly what's next. I'll just close this door because it bothers me when they're open. We might lay a, This is such a big garden. Alright, what I'm thinking is for a utility garden we need an orchard, we need fruit and flowers. Oh, Jamaica. Nice. And we need, that is a long way from here. Right. We also need a shed and a couple of compost bins for utility gardens. So we have, I'm thinking we're going to use this space here probably for our vegetable garden, and we might stick the sheds and the composting down the side, and maybe yeah, and maybe we'll put the family room out. It's not the family room, the garden and the children's playground kind of out in this area. We might put a bit of a pool space out here. So that way you've got your family room and your children's room looking onto an area where people can relax in. Maybe. I did miss a bit of this grass though, so I'll just give it a quick whisk through. Get that done. And out of the way. All done with that. Get that through as well. And all of that. Alrighty. I'm thinking it's probably time for the axe. So what we might do is work on this side of the house to start with, and then maybe work our way around. But I'll let's see how we go. I think I hit this one a bit low. That's okay. I find if I chop it anywhere else, or just keep chopping on one side, it doesn't fall over as quickly. So what I've started doing is chopping around the sides. Sometimes it works. So that's that much there. Yeah, so they haven't introduced, okay, it won't, oh yeah, well let me do that. They haven't introduced having the gardens affect the buyers yet. At the moment, doing the gardens will give you an extra percentage off on your buy price. So, you know, you can get up to, I think it's, I forget how much I got last time, but I got a fair amount. I added to the buy price because the garden did well in the gardening competition. But they are talking about having what you put in the garden affect your buyers. So I kind of I always feel guilty with these trees falling down. It's like, oh no, I just dropped a tree on the house. I didn't. It's okay. But yeah, so they're talking about actually having what you put in the garden affect what the buyers say about the house. That'd be nice too. Well, they've got a family, so that would fit in really well. We could put it, like I said, this area here is really ideal because the what do you call it? The family room and the children's room look right out onto it. So I'm thinking we're on the right track with that. We've almost cleared enough space to get started on it, I think. I don't know if we're going to get too far through it today, but we'll give it a shot. Just wait for the animation to finish. There we go. I feel really guilty about getting rid of these trees. Well, part of me does. Part of me is like, yes, there's a bushfire hazard gone. But yeah. There we go. An outdoor kitchen area. Yeah, right, not far from the pool, I think. And maybe do the cinema, like a cinema screen. It won't quite fit into a utility garden, but I think we'll have enough elements for that as well to fit. All right, this should be enough for us to start. So, right. I'm thinking we need... I really want them to have this kind of cladding for the outside walls. So I could just put in like new cladding and it would look like this but newer. But I'm going to actually have to probably stick with... where are we going? So I can either do brick. I've got wide horizontal panels, but they're all in white. And I was hoping for like a darker color, but that would suit the outside of this house. Actually, that's new because I think the only other ones we had earlier were these narrow ones. So yeah, so those are definitely going up. Maybe not. Well, maybe now. I might as well get that out of the way. Just drop that down. And then this area needs to be paved rather than grassed. So hopefully, yes, it's not the same effect, but it's the closest I can get to the effect that they've got. Oh God, this is going to take forever. There we go. So I'm going to have to change the markings around the door as well. But I find if I do part of the outside of the house, it tends to affect what I put into the garden as well. I think this is probably going to be mostly a utility garden crossed with an American garden from competition wise. That green is going to have to go. Yeah, so I was hoping we could get the wall panels and maybe put them in the same sort of soft green but fresher, so that it looks like it's just been painted over. But that's all right, I'm sure they'll get to it. We need step ladders. Step ladders are in other. Here we go. Just pop that over there. That down. Round. Oh, whoops. have that run up the ladder with it. There we go. Alright, that'll do for that for the moment. We'll do the rest as we get to them. That's right. Better not sell that now though, because I think I'm going to need it round the side. Yep, I'll leave that here. It'll be good. Alrighty, so now what we're doing is we need an outdoor area barbecue, gazebo probably, barbecue, gazebo, swimming pool, sitting, and children's playground. So the children's playground will be here, so I'll put the pool over there, and we'll just get this through. Decorations, water tanks. Just got to decide what sort of panels we want. That one's the herringbone. Need something kind of... Yep, let's go with that. It's got white on the outside, so we'll stick with the lighter colorings. But put it a little bit further over here. Dig our pool in. All right. Cover it. I love how you just plant them like trees. It's really good. Keeps it simple. Okay, that's in. Now, we need... Oops, I forgot to panel on the inside of the doors. Grabbing through here, white horizontals. Probably only need one more, and I won't sell it. I'll just move it around the side when we're done. That's going to be annoying. There we go. Okay. The only hard bit about this, actually I'll just grab those and pop them around the front, is that the minute I actually paint these lintels another colour, we're going to have a different colour come through on here, on the inside. So I'm just going to have to, I've either got to live with the green, or I could try and move the slider doors in just to conceal that whole edge like this one is. I might actually try that. Okay, so to do that I'm going to have to sell it, so that's a pain, but that's alright. So we'll just grab doors. Yeah, it was the brown. So what I've got to try and do is just get that flush with the inside, so it doesn't matter what I do with the outside. Alright, so now you can't see any of the door lintel, which means when I go and paint or put panels up, actually now where did I put those panels? It's not going to matter. But if you put the door dead center, so you get to see this part here. So yeah, because that just goes all the way through. Alright, but now that I've hidden that sort of the wall, I might just do that all the way in. Yep. Alright, that's not going to matter as much. So basically, with this whole panel, you can just see the edge of the white coming through. It happens on the windows too, but not as much. They seem to have fixed that bit. They've added so much to the game, even in the last few weeks. It's really good. Okay, so that's that. Oops, I forgot a bit. Okay. Thinking for the kids area, we might just put down... Gravel's not real nice to land on. It'll either be turf or... Oops, I'll just leave that as that. Yeah. Okay. Yep. Okay, working in the dark. That's okay. So this whole area needs to be paved. And this whole area needs to be grassed. Alright. Actually, if I'm going to grass it, I need to move those panels because that'll just stop the rolls. Put them over there. Alrighty. So what we might do is for today, I think what we're going to do is just get the basics down, and then I think tomorrow we might look at finishing off this area as a kind of a living space for everybody. We'll just grab that turf sod. Bring it this way. We'll see, I might put a sand border or something around that. Okay. There we go. And again. Would just line them up side by side, but the last time I did that I left little gaps between each roll, so I had to go back and finish it off with the really tiny grass rolls. So basically what I'm doing is just overlapping the big rolls slightly and putting them in individually, and I'll try not to overlap this one too much, but we might be able to get it up alongside the house, maybe. Oh well, once I move the panels. Whoops. That was a bit daft. Oh no, there we go. Alright, close but no cigar. Okay. I was going to say we'll leave it there, but that gap is going to bother me. There we go. Alright. So the kids' playground will go in this space. And we need to pave all of this space here. So I'll line it up with the side of the pool. So pretty much we just go to surfaces, paving slabs, 100 by 100 of the Ripley kind. There we go. I'm going to go with the light colour. Actually, that might be the ideal. No, actually I prefer that. We'll do that. And now we're just going to hopefully... Oh, I forgot. You can't lay your pavers straight over the top of the pool one and have them join in. A lot of the time when you get there you can just you can take these edges and get rid of them in between the paving stones, but when you come to the edge of a pool it won't let you do that. So you've just got to get used to the idea that you're going to have a border there of some kind. So what I'm planning for that is we're going to use slightly narrower pavers if we can, right up to the doorways. And we might use a border of sand or gravel around the edges just to smooth it out and finish it off. But yeah, this is the slower part. So we kind of got a cross between an American and a utility garden going. Not quite sure what the garden contest will think of this, but it's fun to put in anyway. What I'm just doing is checking to make sure I got the edges in a straight line, because otherwise it'll mess up what happens when I get down to this end. Alright. Yeah, no, the pool extends, so we'll let the pool dictate where we put this. Alright, that's going to be our living space. That's going to be part of our children's play area. And I think I need to probably put a turf roll down the side of that one before I put down the, what do you call it? Before I put down the gravel, so which is going to go over the turf anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I just want to even out this edge here. Okay, that didn't work quite so well, but that's okay. I think what I'll find is when I lay down the, what do you call it? The gravel, I'm going to find that that edge is not going to matter too much. Just get rid of that. Yep. All right. Last bit I might do tonight is just finish off the see if I can finish off the paving slabs by the door. It might actually have to be curbless. Maybe. Let's just check and see if I can fit one with a curb in. 100 by 25 centimeters. It's not going to let me have that. Okay, that's fine. Let's just have a quick look at this while we're here. Yep, that won't work. Alright, so it looks like our options are curbless or curbless for that particular width. Oh no, I tell lies, here it is. Alright, let's try and just fit two of these in if we can. No, alright, it is going to have to be curbless. Maybe, if I can get it in at all. Alright, so I can't get the paving stones to go right up to the doors, so what I'm going to do is probably put a gravel fill in that one as well, and then we'll run the gravel along the sides just to even out the edges, which we might do that now. That won't take too long. So we'll just grab stone aggregate, probably go for the single colour. Alright, we don't want it too fine. This is going to annoy me no end, but that's okay. So I can give a narrow edge here. Alright. And we'll just head, oops. Oh no, I'm driving like a drunken monkey. There we go. Alrighty, let's try again. Gravel is the bane of my existence, I think. I just can't quite manage to put it down neatly. What I do like is the fact you can gravel between paving stones and get a perfectly straight edge. So that will do kind of for the moment. I'll just square up that corner. There we go. And that will be, I think, where we leave it tonight. And tomorrow we will get into turning this into a living area. Possibly put an outdoor cinema about maybe here, or we might move one up into the back of the trees. It all depends. And over here we will work on the children's playground, which I'll probably extend to double this width, and then I'll put in a barrier of probably fruit trees or grapevines between the children's playground and the front. And that's where we're going to be heading. But thanks for hanging with me today. Nice to meet you, Lyric Scott, and I will catch you all tomorrow. Let's sit there.